What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is my first live show of 2021. Hopefully, one of many to come. This is one of my goals of 2021, which is to start interacting more live with people here on the channel. And I thought, what better way to do it than to obviously do a live show as often as I physically can, which is not every week, sadly. It will be something that I hope to do every first and every third Monday evening, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Obviously, life might get in the way on occasion, but that is the plan currently. I see we got a couple of people here. This is going to take a little while before people start getting into this regularly. And this is a new thing for me to do. I've never had an actual time slot that I stuck to. So this is something that's going to be a challenge for me. And it looks like my camera might be out of focus. And hopefully the audio is good because I see Sunrise Water Media is in the chat with us here. And this guy is an audiophile. And he always picks up whenever I have like a mic hitting my chain. And like that's what you heard in that last video, Chris. It was just a little click here and there. I wasn't smart enough to put the lapel mic a little further away from the chain. But yeah, let's see. Dan is in the chat with us already. Majaz. I probably said that wrong, but welcome. And Ron Ralph's son is in the chat. Now, I get to know everybody mainly by their username, like Jack here. So if your username is some kind of phrase or something, I'm probably going to be calling you that instead of your name, even if I know it. Everyone's popping in. This is great. Let's say hello to a few people, and then we'll get rolling. You need a camera. That's what I'm using right now. Night Train. I'm actually set up with my Canon. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But I am going to be doing some changes over 2021. I'm going to be increasing my internet connection so that hopefully I will not get that connection, that problem I'll sometimes get where my mouth isn't synced up to the audio. I've done everything I can on my part. Hopefully I don't have that issue too much tonight. And Chris, Sunrise Water Media, don't worry, man. I actually want to try and get with you and talk to you. I know you said something about sending over some music files. I'm down to do that this year if you want to still do something. Like I've got tons of music that I haven't finished recording. I've got roughs of most of it, but that's a different subject. We'll talk privately about that. All right. Yeah, the Hero 8, I think, and the 7 can be hooked up as a webcam. I think the 9 can do it now. There's quite a bit. There's like a webcam app that you can use. Or you can do it with OBS and all kinds of other stuff. All right, so back to before we get in the chat and chat with everybody, let me go over what's going to happen here today. I want to talk to you a little bit about the plans for the channel with the live show because I am trying to make this a regular thing. Like I said, every first and third Monday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. That is the plan. I will do my damnedest to make that schedule work. I am also hoping to give away something as this builds. When it gets just a little bit more bigger and we get more and more people coming to it, I want to give away something, whether it be something to do with an action camera, whether it's something to do with a drone, whether eventually it is a drone. Who knows? Right now, we're going to be starting with an Insta360 ONE X. That is not tonight. Don't get your hopes up. The other video, part 2 of that giveaway contest, just went up, I think yesterday or the day before. So we need to give it at least a week or two to be up so everyone has time to get their entries in for that camera. So in the next one, the next live show, that's when I'll have someone picked out as a winner for that. And I'm personally going to pick the winner myself because it seems to be that I've had a bit of a problem with a lot of the people not quite understanding the contest or how to enter. So if you're not familiar with what the Insta360 ONE X is, it is a 360 camera, and I've been doing some reviews with the Insta360 ONE X2, and with that, I've compared it to the ONE X, and I've decided that my own original ONE X camera I'm giving away. So if you've missed those videos, go back and look at the 2 videos about the ONE X2, and then the second video about the ONE X2 versus the ONE X original. And those videos will tell you how to enter if you're interested in winning a free camera. That camera is worth like $400 when it was brand new. Now, this is not a brand new camera. It is my used camera. I'm going to be sending you a selfie poll a battery, and the camera. And I still have the box for it, so you'll be getting that too. Let's see. With the here's a question with about the 1X. Let's see. Did I try any long exposure 30-second shutter speed? I did not try any of that. I used it mostly for video. I have done some of the time lapse stuff, some of the motion blur and things like that. I've got a really cool motion blur video with it doing action stuff, snowboarding, but that's about as much as I've done with that. I usually just use it for video. I very, very rarely do any pictures with it. With these 360 cameras, I don't do a whole lot of the extra or the, I guess the, what's the word I'm looking for? The, I have a brain fart. Anyways, I don't do a lot of the little gimmicky stuff that a lot of the cameras and apps do. There's some cool stuff. Like the Insta360 is solid. If you like all the gimmicky little things, like you're walking and having like all these trails of yourself and all these other kinds of weird little things where you flip the camera this way and the app does all this and puts these little gimmicky clips together for you, then that camera's and the editing app is awesome. The X2 has been a pretty solid camera. I personally use the Max most of the time. I like the way it edits. It's straightforward. There's not a whole lot of gimmicky stuff. I can just edit it and then mix it in with other footage. I'm going to be doing a video about the X2 and the Max coming up hopefully this month. It's just time is a big killer. So that's what's happening with that. First and third messages, we talked about that. So like I said, we're going to be doing giveaways. A lot of the giveaways are going to just be done here. I won't be doing a video prior like I am with the Insta360 One X. That I felt went along with the X2, so I went ahead and did it that way. And I'm trying that whole hashtag thing. If any of you have done the contest yet with the hashtags, I'm going to give you guys that came to this show right now, that are live right now, a little bit of a tip, a little bit of a hint, and a little bit of a pointer that most people in the comments are overthinking what they need to enter. You don't have to put timestamps. You don't have to put all these long sentences of what it is. Think of it like you're tagging a picture on Instagram. And the second video I just did, great example was I had the hashtag on my shirt, which could have been in the first video too, if you might want to rethink the way you phrase your hashtags. And the hashtag would not be shirt Sean's wearing. It would be like a one-word thing, like Sean Oz. Obviously, it's not shirt. I'm not going to tag my shirt to be in the thing. So it's obviously what's in the shirt. So there's a freebie for you guys if you messed up and entered the wrong thing on the first contest. When you're looking in the background and you see the hashtag on things, you don't have to tell me what color something is like that. Or if that's, an arcade machine and you can see it's Pac-Man, you wouldn't say, oh, that's the light up thing. You would it's just hashtag what it is, so there's some pointers, there's some tips. That's all I'm going to say. Those of you who are here, luckily there's only 12 of you. So 12 of you now have an advantage over everybody else. All right. So that is all I'm going to give you as far as tips go. Let's see. Night Train FPV. Oh, you guys are saying hi to each other. That's good. I like seeing that. Dyed cotton. Sunrise Water Media. Exactly. That is, you should go through the comments, man. Like, I love that people are trying, but definitely go through the comments in the first one and the second one and look at how extensive people are being. And at the end of the video, I'm trying to say it's simple. Simplify it and you'll do good and you'll have a running for it. The ones that are overthinking it are going to have a less of a chance of me choosing between them. All right. So like I said, as this goes on and prizes and more people show up, and we'll get more guests on here. Right now, I don't have any guests today. It's just me. I hope to start having guests, like I said, but we're not just going to have guests where we just sit around and shoot the crap. My plan is I want to have guests that I can interview. And the guests all have to be other YouTubers who are, some of them are going to be bigger channels. We're talking like over 100,000 subscribers. I've been talking to some people to jump in. And I want to interview them. I'm working on sets of questions to ask them on not only what they do now on the YouTube channel, but what made them start it in the first place. Like how hard was it for them? What did they do to make it click and become to the point where they are now? I find that incredibly interesting. I'm super into the analytics of YouTube, and I thought if every one of my live shows I could try to eventually have somebody on it from some other channel somewhere, then that could be incredibly informational for the people that come to the live shows who are doing YouTube and wanting to grow their YouTube. As much as I would love to be able to make my channel convert and teach people about YouTube, I think that would have to be a completely different channel, and I don't really have the time to do a completely different channel. As some of you guys know, I was doing a nature channel, and when I got my appendix taken out, I sort of abandoned that. Now, I do hope to pick that channel back up eventually as well. I'm just a little busy right now. Give me just 1 second, guys. All right, so Dan asked, did you have any problems with the battery drain in your Mini 2 with the new Fly app update? Some people are having the battery drain faster than normal. Dan, I just did the Mini 2 update today. I have an Android device. It was actually a big pain in the ass to get the app to update, the Fly app to update. So I'm including that in a video. I've been doing some screen recording. I had hoped to have finished recording it today, but it gets dark here like at 4:30. And I didn't have much time to actually film. I've just been writing everything down, getting screen captures. And that's my own fault because this morning we got 7 inches of snow at the mountain and I needed to go get my powder fix. Jack says, Jonathan has Team Huckhouse. So do we call this community Ozers? I mean, I would love for somebody to come up with a cool name, but I'll be honest, not that one. You guys talk amongst yourselves. If you guys come up with a cool name, I'm down for it. All right. Saying hello to each other. Pac-Man pain in the ass. Eagle, so if you found that the contest was a pain in the ass, you don't have to enter it. It's actually meant to be a pain in the ass for the people who have supported the channel for a while and the people who are new who want to support the channel and actually watch the entire video to figure it out. So yeah, it's meant to be somewhat of a pain in the ass. So if it's something you don't want to do, nobody's twisting your arm. It's a free camera, man. Just to spend 10 to 20 minutes watching a video to write down some hashtags. If that's a pain in the ass for a $400 camera, I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I have a list of people that I'm talking to try and have them come in and interview to actually help anyone who happens to join us on the live chat, where you'll be able to ask them questions, all that good stuff. Hey, Alien Drones has joined us. I want to do a quick little shout out, quick little thing. You guys, if you don't follow his channel, he asked me to do a collaboration with him or a little sit-in, and I filmed a little funny thing that I sent over to him. Hopefully it works out okay for what he needed. And if so, then it's going to be pretty humorous, and you guys should definitely check it out when he finishes it up over at the Alien Drones channel. All right. Back on my track here. This without having actually a guest on here, you run out of things to say pretty quick too. But I got a list here I'm looking at. So like I said, the next live show, I'm going to try and get the winner announced for the Insta360 One X. And then after that, it'd probably be, like I said, once a month that I try to do some kind of giveaway on the channel for the live shows. And it could be something as simple as a battery or something as good as, I got a whole box of stuff. Like I've got a really cool drone carrying bag back there that's really, really, really nice, like a camera bag / drone bag, things like that. I've got like a multi-charger. If you own an original Mavic Pro, then something like that, a lot of stuff like that, things that I don't use that I've acquired over the time. And as this builds, we eventually will get something, maybe some new stuff, like maybe a Mavic Mini 2 one of these days. I would love to be able to do that. So what I wanted to do is spend some time, because I was going to make a video about my top 10 videos of the year. I figured, why not do something like that? Basically do a video that explains not only what are the top 10 videos performance-wise, but what are the top 10 favorite videos I made over this year. because a lot of people are new. A lot of people have no clue what that top 10 is or what I've actually made over the last year. Some of you do, some of you don't. But I thought I could skim through a few of those videos right now, and you can sort of see how the variety of the stuff I've made. And if you have questions on how I make anything, what cameras I've used, all that kind of stuff, just let me know. And in the meantime, if you have questions about 360 cameras, action cameras, drones, snowboarding, tattoos, any of that kind of stuff, ask me in the comments and I will stop and talk to you about it. Just like this, what's riding fish? Riding fish. Just got a Mavic Air 2, pumped to start using it. And that is a fun drone. So you're going to love it. I personally use mine in HDR mode almost more than any other mode. I actually love HDR mode. I love working smarter, not harder. I don't like having to do a whole lot of post-processing because I try to put out content as quickly as I can. And, well, post-processing, having to edit colors, redefine everything all the time sort of sucks. So if I can get a camera similar to like how the new GoPro Max works, where you don't have to tweak the colors at all, then I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Jack, I'm working on that. There's not an FAA testing site near me, so that's a bit of a problem. But I'm working on that. And Beer Bull Van Gogh t-shirt. Yes, Van Gogh t-shirt. It's actually a Stormtrooper. My son gave me this for Christmas. Speaking of t-shirt, we'll get into this. I'm going to be working on a lot of merch and personal artwork that will be coming soon. So I will definitely share that with you guys when it's ready. Let's see. Let's go into my top 10 list for just a little bit before I jump back into some other topics. Let's see. Before we do that, let me actually show you guys. Let me pull up on the YouTube analytics, and I will totally share with you guys what were the top 10 videos performance-wise. Just give me 2 seconds to pull that up. That's the only bad thing. And I wouldn't mind talking a little bit about that DJI FPV drone, too, if any of you guys are in here and curious about that, as well as if you have questions about any of the new regulatory things going on. Just bear with me right for a second here. We're going to pull in the top 10 videos of, let me just switch the amount of time, not the last 28 days, we'll do the last year. And let me share this video. Let me just share this with you right from that point. Share screen, boom, and here it comes. Chrome tab, and you should be able to see it now. All right, here it is. So these are my top 10 performance-wise videos. These are not videos that I have actually done this year, right? These are videos that just perform better than others since the time that I've put them on YouTube. Sorry, I got to plug this in. My battery's about to die. Forgot to plug my laptop in. Okay. So as you guys can see, by scrolling through this, these top 10, it's impressive to me because over a whole year, this is over a year, right? The analytics for over an entire year's time. What's interesting to me is videos like this DJI Mini 2 Cold Weather, Mavic Air Active Track, the GoPro Hero 9, Mini 2 Secret Trick, Mini 2 High Winds, the 1300 feet, the Spotlight Mode, and the Burton Step-On. Those were all actually made this year. The only ones not made this year were the Jeopardy Music 2-minute timer counter, and the drone spine on the girl in the shower. I assume you guys have seen that, right? Have you guys seen the drone spine on the girl in the shower clip? Because it's pretty funny. That's when I first started getting more into YouTube. But as you can see to the right, you can see how long the video is. You can see when it was put on YouTube, and you can see how many views it got over the last year. So the Mini 2 Cold Weather has gotten 5,700 views, so forth, until we get up to the Burton Step-On Binding Review, which is 54,000 views over the last year. So it's a big difference in views from my top video over the year to my bottom video over the year. How many of you guys have watched these? Have any of these you haven't seen or have seen? Well, let me look at this real quick. I'm seeing some stuff in the chat. Have I held it? I'm assuming You're not talking about my Wang. You're probably talking about the FPV drone. I have not seen the new DJI FPV drone in person yet. I am planning on probably getting one. From what I've done, the research I've seen on it, um, it looks like it's exactly what I've been wanting out of an FPV drone. Everyone's been trying to talk me into building my own, doing all this stuff. And there are some out there that I've been seeing long range ones that I have considered getting. But I really just want something with a solid signal that I can fly for a good little amount of time and get some cinematic shots that flies faster and differently than like our regular video drones up here in the mountains. Something that could just make for some really cool scenic long range flights, FPV style. That's what I'm hoping for. All right. yeah, yeah, it's the same hair there, alien. That's or Keith. Hey, Michael Wright, glad you're able to join us. Yeah, and on the FPV drone, I'm curious about the performance and durability. I'm sure it's going to be leaked soon. I've heard things that it's supposed to be leaked by, or not leaked, but announced by the 8th of January. And if that's true, that's coming up soon. Then you hear what CES is supposed to announce some stuff, and then you hear that it's going to be pushed off until after the Chinese New Year in February. So I don't know what's true. You know, they're not sending me any products. DJI doesn't send me anything. They don't like me very much because I bagged on their customer support like crazy years ago. Well, couple times over the years. Let's see. You watched the 13,000 and a few others. I'm planning on taking the Mavic Air 2 to fly very high altitude this summer. You should be pretty good. What kind of altitude are you going to take it to? I'm curious. Do I reframe 360 videos on my iPad only, or do you also use computer? Some people are saying it's better stabilization, 1x and 1x2 if it's reframed on the computer. No, I see no difference in the stabilization. I use the iPad, but I also use the slider. The slider, I hate key points. I don't like them. I like actually using the camera in the chair, swiveling around. You cannot do that on the computer. You just can't. It's just not going to happen. I have no problem with stabilization. It's solid. It's like a rock. There's no bump. There's no anything. But let me tell you something about stabilization, everybody. We all sit here and we want these cameras so stable. We want gimbals so stable. We want all this stuff to be stable, 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 stable. When's the last time you watched a movie and you didn't notice, or a TV show, and you didn't notice maybe there's a little camera sway, a little movement? We're the only ones trying to get things so damn stable. In Hollywood, they actually purposely make things look a little less stable. So it looks a little bit more real, a little bit less static, a little bit less robotic. And that's something, if you're trying to make movies, to keep in mind. Like if you're trying to make really cool looking content, you don't want 100% stable all the time. You really don't. I know, right? Mind blown. You didn't think that, because I didn't think that way either. I'm collecting all these stabilized cameras like crazy. Now, when you're doing action, obviously you want it to be more stable, because if you've ever seen an action video, snowboarding or whatever, with no stabilization, it looks like shit. All right. And yes, Sunrise Water Media. He's asking, I think, about the X1 versus the X2 video that I did. And I have a side-by-side, both in 360 mode. I had to reframe in the app is what I used. I didn't use key points. I could have. It probably would have been a little easier. But I like the slider. And I'm going to be doing a video showing why so much later. It's just so much smoother, and the stability is so incredible like that. So I did have to reframe those and try to make them. I reframed one and watched the other in the background as I sat there trying to mimic it as close as I could. Wow, 18,000. Okay, so that is rated way over what the Mini 2 is supposed to be able to handle. The Mini 2 is rated to go up to 4,000 meters, around 13,000 feet. So I went over it, but I mean, 18 is way over 13. But you know, the good thing is the Mini 2 is sort of a disposable drone. If you have it set up to cache your files into your phone, you can go up, you can have crazy time with it. You can lose it, you can hit a mountain with it, you can do whatever you got to do, and have those cache files at least, so that you at least get something out of whatever craziness happens, right? That's why I bought the Mini 2, just so I can have a drone that when I'm flying in these mountains, if I don't get it back, I don't get it back. And that will make you fly it completely different than if you're worried about getting it back to yourself. Now, obviously, if you're flying over people, you're flying in crowds, you're flying in the city, you want to be careful. You want to get it back. But if you're flying out in the middle of nowhere, in the mountains, and a lake, and the plains, and fields, desert, whatever, and there's nothing there to worry about, take the chance. Fly it like you stole it. Enjoy it. That's what the Mini 2 is for. That's my opinion. All right. I want to tell you now that we've gone over those videos. You've seen the top 10 of my top 10 performing videos. Now, let's see. I want to share with you just a little bit on some of the things to come, as well as some of the things I've made, so that you can see what my favorite videos are. Because honestly, my favorite videos are not the ones that were the top performing. Not even close, right? So obviously, I know I'm just going to skim these because we'd be here forever. There's no way. No one wants to watch these whole videos. So I'm going to skim a couple of these videos for you. Then we can talk about it if you want to, because I know some of you guys have watched this. So let me just pull this one up first. And I'm sure you guys know which video this is. Do you guys know which video this is? Before I even hit play, I bet you do. Some of you do. And Dan, I would definitely agree that the X2 looked like the color profile was better. They've gotten closer to the GoPro Max's color profile. I'm really curious about the two compared to each other. I'm having to send my GoPro Max in because I actually scratched up my lens. So I'm sending it in and getting a replacement. So I can't make that video probably for a couple of weeks at least, which sucks because I also got the 9 and I got the 9 Max lens mod, which I want to actually do to compare with the Max as well. Because I got a feeling that I'm still going to like the Max. I think the only thing that the GoPro 9 is actually better than Max for is a higher resolution, like 4K. And if you don't care about that, then I'd pick the Max all day long. Anyways, so nobody guessed on that video, so I'm going to just hit play. This is, I went out and it was a really windy day. What made me want to do this video is because when Ed and Kelly came up here from Ready, Set, Drone and Ed Ricker, we took the Mini 1 and we went up to a very high altitude. The same spot that I did the high altitude test on the Mini 2, but it was crazy windy like what it is in this video. And the Mini 1 just got taken right away from us. So we landed it real quick. So I really wanted to see how this would do. But because the conditions were so nasty, the road was closed to get up to the top. I think there were like 70 mile per hour gusts up there probably. Where I was, there was anywhere from 40 to 55 mile per hour gust at this level. And as you go higher, obviously they get higher and higher. But this is that video.
It's like sideways. Okay, Mini 2. Fingers crossed you don't just disappear on my first day.
Yeah, and so that video is fun. Starts out trying to make it a little entertaining to grab stuff. This is sort of interesting right here. A lot of people watch this video and they asked me, how cold was it? How windy actually was it? And you can see right there, the screenshot here is actually different than what's in my hand. So the mile per hour gust at 150 feet show 54, but in my hand, it shows 55. So just within that couple of seconds from when I took a screenshot to that, the winds increased. But yeah, so it starts out there, obviously at a 54 mile per hour gust. We're not getting, it's not like a solid 54 mile per hour wind at the bottom.
There, we're going to take off and land safely.
At that time, because of all the snow, I had to actually clear out and snow blow and get prepared to make this video. These things, there's a lot you got to do. And then my particular Mini 2 constantly asked me to do the IMU and recalibrate it. It's a real pain in the ass. It's the only Mavic drone I've had that asks that constantly. So there's the IMU calibration, taking care of that. And when you're cold outside and you think you have all the video figured out, and then poof, it asks you to do something like that, it sort of sucks. But it's part of it. Making these videos don't always go correctly. And I like to show that. Like in my videos, when it doesn't go correctly, I like you to see that. I try to be incredibly honest with whatever I do in my videos. I might ham it up a little bit, show a little excitement, because overall, I'm a pretty excitable person. I'm a pretty energetic guy. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I might not be so energetic right now. But that's what I do. So you can see, I mean, the wind isn't that crazy right now, right? It's windy, but it's not crazy.
Yeah, the hands are off the controller. Pretty damn rock solid.
But you know, there's the flag right
by
it. It's a little windy.
That. I think it would have blown away. I think we would have seen it
like
moving
just,
by now. Keep in mind, this is my first
just
flight.
A few feet off the ground. It's definitely windier.
I have not adjusted anything yet to get a smoother
yaw. But here's the catch:
as the Air 2.
Skip forward here in this video, and we get to the lake, and this is where we held Spin Down. If any of you guys made it, that's awesome. And Spin Down was a collective of people who were into drones, YouTube, and 360 action cameras and all that kind of stuff, which was really awesome. And right here, we had this crazy wind gust. So I knew that if I came over here, because right here at this area, the lake doesn't block anything. So if there's wind, it picks up right there at the lake. So I came over here, flew a little bit here, didn't want to really fly out over the lake just in case I couldn't get it back. I wasn't really flying high. This wasn't a test to see if I could lose my drone. It was more of a test to just see how it did. And I was pretty impressed with it.
Beautiful that is. I mean, it's so cold. Come on, gust of wind.
And it was cold.
I'd say it's
that I wasn't exaggerating.
It's doing pretty good.
That's all.
Being this cold and this windy, because you're not going to fly in these conditions because you can't feel your face. You can't feel your face.
Yeah, so I did have somebody.
And it's not. Look at that.
I had somebody leave me a comment thinking that I filmed this. No, it wasn't this video. It was some other video. Maybe it was this video too. I have weird comments sometimes. And they thought that this wasn't filmed at the same day as the first part of the video. But I guarantee you it was. It's very rare that I film a video 2 days in a row, unless it's pretty obvious in the video if I'm doing something like that, like the Burton Step-On video, the 3 years of using it. That should have been pretty obvious. It was over 3 years. This video was filmed in 1 day. My girlfriend's actually sitting in the car laughing, her ass off at me in the cold over there. And you can see the wind kicking. Obviously, it's not constantly windy the whole time. That's why it's called gust. So, Jack, yeah, that fire station's right there near the house. It's not too far from me. The Mini 2 was impressive, and I think someone commented about the math not adding up. It really doesn't add up. Jack, what doesn't add up? You'll have to let me know. But yeah, so that's the first video, or number 10 on my list. And this, to me, is amazing. So I did a video towards the very beginning of 2020, and it was when I first got the GoPro Max, and it blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind because the stability in hero mode. Everyone was like 360 mode, but I was all about hero mode. Okay, so hero mode uses one of the lenses. Where is it? Hold on, not showing. I'm gonna try that again. It's gonna play. Fuck, that one's not playing. What is happening here? I am having issues. Great. I get a live show and nothing's gonna work. It's the story of my life. Let me see. Let's see if we can do this again. Fingers crossed. Some move files. Move files don't work. Oh, they don't. Great. They don't work. I can only play MP4 files, so those 2 files won't work. I just downloaded it again and again by dropping. Anyways, it was the GoPro Max video where I was comparing it against the GoPro 7 in a gimbal, and that woke me up to realize how insane digital stabilization is actually getting on these cameras. And it's still, to this day, I believe eventually we will see no gimbals on drones and everything will be done with these crazy image stabilization things that we're seeing on these 360 cameras. I'm actually completely surprised that we're not already seeing that. Like, I really thought some of these newer ones, like the Mini 2 would have been great with that, like without a gimbal at all. Just a badass little half of a 360 camera with that technology. And it would have been amazing because it would have shedded some weight off it. You wouldn't have needed all the gimbal parts, right? It would have been amazing. So it's surprising, and I do see it eventually happening. All right, so what video are we on? Number 8. So my 8 favorite video was during the pandemic. We all pretty much got shut down, And I decided to do something I shouldn't have probably done. I spent a lot of money and I bought a really nice electric skateboard. And I'm glad I did because we used it tons over the summer. And this was a video I made of that. Let me see if I can skim ahead. And it's interesting to me. Oh, look, see, that's interesting. See that? That's Pac-Man behind me, right? So that's a Pac-Man arcade. Tomorrow, Miss Pac-Man is showing up, and I'm very stoked about that. But yeah, I've been wanting this board. I researched all kinds of boards. There's a ton of other ones too, but for some reason I kept coming back to this particular one. And it's interesting to watch these older videos because, great, the audio is out of sync. Love it. I freaking cannot figure out why when I share a video and I come back, the audio gets so out of sync. My assumption is it's just my internet connection, or maybe the kids are watching videos. I don't know. So that's, see, I used to have my studio there at the shop, and now it's here. And well, it doesn't look like this room anymore. This is outdated. But one of these cool things about making these videos is you can look at yourself and see your changes. Like right here, I got tubby, dude. I was getting super fat, man. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I was eating cookie doughs or too much cake or something. And getting a skateboard was not a way to lose that weight, but I have been losing it. So I'm stoked with that to look back at these videos and see the difference. But yeah, so that was my video there. That was the third video. We'll stop sharing that. Am I still out of sync? I hate that this happens. Maybe I can switch the cam for a second, because the interesting thing is I bet you if I switch to this camera, like so, it's a shittier look. If I switch the camera, well, no, it's the audio I gotta switch. I bet you if I switch the audio, what if I switch the audio to, we put the camera back to here. Now the audio might not sound as good. Is that synced or is that out of sync? I have no idea. I have put a 360 camera on a drone. It's actually a video that I did this year. Around the same time as the video that you just saw about the GoPro and the Max. So if you want to look back into my older videos, that's definitely something I would suggest doing. It's pretty cool. It's not something that I do all the time, but it also was a test for the tampon video that I make, the drone delivering a tampon. So that's another funny one. All right, so guys, you guys got to give me something to talk to you about. We're going to be cutting this short. I won't even get to my top 10 list. Not unsynced on my, okay, so if I sync back to the webcam, God, I hate using the webcam. All right, so I switch that. What? Oops, that's the wrong one. Hold on a second. Switch this back to, and we'll switch this back to that. All right, so obviously the picture sucks now. Am I in sync? Let me know. I'm still using this mic instead of the built-in mic here. So as long as the audio is better with this and the picture sucks, that's probably all that really matters. In the meantime, I will pull up one of my other favorite videos from 2020. And some of you guys saw this one. This was so much fun. This was when we all did Spin Up, and Ken Heron lost his drone in the middle of the night. And I did an edit, and it was great. It was so funny. Okay.
Oh my God, no way! Not having any luck. Other Ken shitting himself. It's a great. So what's going? This drone, not this Ken, other Ken.
All right, I'll just let a little of this play for a second.
I feel bad because it's an adventure. We're searching for it, not having any luck. Other Ken shitting himself. It's a great time. You just watch your footsteps. Just get through here.
Is that poison ivy or?
Nah.
This thing's slippery.
If you haven't seen this full video, just go to
Whoa, that mud
YouTube search and type in drone rescue.
That is some fucking mud, dude.
This is green stuff. Is slippery.
This is about where you said you saw it.
Them boner's probably just gone. Fuck. Oh man.
But I don't see shit.
Fuck. God. That's an alligator, dude.
You know alligator.
Those are not real alligator noises.
Fuck. Shit. Tick. Spider. Fuck. Ah. What is that?
Some trash.
Ah. That's an alligator, dude.
It's not an alligator.
Then what is it? You don't hear him?
Nope. I hear frogs. Relax. I'm pretty sure we're not care in the world.
everything was
Okay,
working.
so what
It
happened
was pretty
with this
crazy.
video,
And it working perfectly.
and let me mute this, I'll just tell you, is Ken Heron was flying at night, and like a bat or something he ran into in the middle of the night. And there was no alligators. Ken is just not a nature. Ken Dobo is not a nature person. He is very scared of bats, very scared of noises, very scared of all kinds of things. But look right there. Notice that shape as we played it, and it moves. I swear it's a bat, right? So I did a little digital analyzation, and there you go. Should have made stickers of the bat. But that was my 7th favorite video of the year. I think we're going to have to skip around. I'll just talk about a couple of them. That one was titled Drone Rescue. Another one that was one of my favorites was the Curtis Hotel. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. I'm now doing audio and the webcam completely through the computer to see if the audio is better now. I don't know. Hopefully. And now I'm having issues with this. Great. I swear, like nothing works. All right, so the Curtis Hotel was whenever I went down to Denver. Oh, I should show you one clip from that. It's pretty cool. All right. Let me just get it to the right spot. And I'm telling you, these live shows are going to get better as I do them more and I get guests and all that kind of stuff. So it's completely different when you have no guests. It's actually so much harder. So while we were in Denver, we went to this really cool hotel, and there was a themed rooms and stuff in it. Let's see, is that the flight? No. And I was able to get some pretty cool shots that I mixed in to a clip like this using the drone too. Fast forward it and see if I can find some of the cool drone stuff.
Explore down.
Okay, just skipping around. All right, so there we go. So this is how I like to mix the stuff in.
You got it to the sun. Add a juice.
Well, I'm fast forwarding if you can't tell. Here's some drone stuff. But yeah, so typically whenever I'm doing stuff like that with drone content, I like to actually mix it in to go with the story. I don't like to usually like the end like that. It was just drone shots, but you notice earlier in the footage, it was actually mixed in with down ground footage and things like that to help tell the story. I'm actually probably eventually going to do a video talking about how story is king and how you can use different things to help further that story. Even if it's an instructional, you can do the same thing. Hey, Bill from Coast to Coast. Good to see you over here. Hey, Ethan Mitchell. Nice to see you over here. You guys got here before the show's over. We're keeping this one pretty short. The winner will be announced in the next one, which will be not next Monday, but the Monday after that if you enter to win the Insta360 One X. You're a little too late to get the tips on how to win it, the hints. Those guys that were here earlier got that, but the guys that are showing up now, which I do appreciate, well, someone will be chosen soon. Not next Monday, but the Monday after, because it's going to be every first and every third Monday that we do this live stuff. It's going to give me time to get guests and make this more entertaining. And yes, Zach, 7 inches of snow last night. Did a lot of snowboarding this morning. All right, so same thing with my number 5 video, the Air 2 across America. That was sort of the same thing. We mixed in a lot of drone footage with ground footage and went there. Hey, Chris Hope, good to see you. H and K, nice to see you guys too. And then we'll go number 4, my 4th video. This one, I think some of you guys might have seen, and if not, oh, it's not going to play. So I've learned that StreamYards will not play in .mov file. You got to have a .mp4 file, and I did not realize that was a .mov, so that's not going to work. And I'm going to be working on trying to figure out how to get the camera to actually work better with the mic, because it seems to work just fine whenever I'm using the built-in, and then when I switch to this, we start to have audio issues that come and go, which really, really suck because I've adjusted everything I can to work. So hopefully this isn't too out of sync, because the picture just looks so much better and the audio sounds so much better. So skipping across, what the drone beer video was I used all the drones I had, including the Skydio. This is before the Air 2 came out, and I was actually lifting up Corona beers from the ground, trying to see if any of them could pick a Corona up out of the snow, and only one of them could. All the rest had a lot of issues with it. The Skydio could not at all, because you can't turn the sensors off, and with the rope that was coming from the drone hanging down, the Skydio actually went all wacko, like it was trying to avoid the rope. It was really crazy. Let's see. Then I did a video called The Amazing Places to E-Skate or something like that. It was for a contest. And I will just show you guys the very beginning of that, because you might have missed it. But this is fun. These kind of videos are fun to do because you're just being creative, right? You're not actually trying to teach anyone. You're just trying to have some fun, put something together in an entertaining kind of way. And that's exactly what I did for this contest. I did not win. I did not even place. But here's what I did. It's like, watch the first 30 seconds here, and then we'll get back to talking about something else. Honey, I'm home.
Thank God.
I should have had the little fantasy thing and then just pop up at the very end, which is, where is it? Oh, I guess I did. Yeah. So this whole thing was supposed to be a fantasy of like getting out of natural, normal life. Poof. Wake up. Didn't win. Still funny though. All right. Hey, Leonard. A lot of people jumping in. I guess everybody's Ron's show must have run late tonight and sent people over here, and I appreciate that. Oh no, Sunrise, lost your tiny hawk. You found lost in a tree somewhere. Not sure where it's at, huh? That is a bummer. Oh, I appreciate that. I thought it was pretty funny. I think maybe dropping the baby in the lawnmower might have been too much for some people. I don't know. My number one video of the year for me not my number one watch video, but my number one video that I made was actually my Disney video where we went to the pandemic. And I was so stoked to do this. And if those who didn't make it through the whole thing, there's a ride called Rise of the Resistance, which is the most interactive ride I have ever been on. And it's a short clip. It's probably about 20 seconds. So I'm going to play that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, and then we'll just talk about drones after that, or GoPros, or whatever you guys want to talk about until the hour is up. And then we'll go. God, my show sucks. Hopefully it does get, what is going on here? Why is it on that? Okay, hold on a second. I shared the wrong screen. No wonder. You know, it used to be easier when I did this in OBS because everything was set up. And I just clicked down and went to the next tab.
Take
right.
some time and go to guest services.
This ride is insane.
We're gonna ride
Absolutely
Resistance.
insane.
We got right in. We're right in.
They brought us right to the front of the line. It was amazing. If you ever get the chance to go to Disneyland or Disney World, try to ride this ride. Insane. Like you walk, I got to try to explain this to you, right? Let me pause this and explain this to you because it was just mind-blowing. All right, so what happens, and let me put myself back on the screen with it. You go, and they basically have you wait in line, and then they bring you to this shuttle. Like you're getting on a shuttle, right? That's part of the line, and you actually get on the shuttle, and the shuttle goes up like you're going into outer space, and then all of a sudden all this stuff happens, and it moves around, and you got like a pilot, and then all of a sudden an Imperial like guy comes in, or New Order kind of guy comes in and says you're under arrest, and they bring you out, and they put you in a line, and then they put you in a holding cell, and in the holding cell you have Kylo Ren, and it's all a video screen, but it looks so real the way that they have this stuff set up. I mean, they don't spare any expense, and they come out, and then all of a sudden a lightsaber or something burns through the wall, and the wall falls apart, and they steal you out of there, and they save you, and then you go up, and that's what you're seeing is the escape right here, and it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. So the whole ride is an escape from prison. Well, I don't hear anything. So if you are a Star Wars fan, I mean, this is a must. I mean, you're going to go up to an AT-AT, there's people, and then they fire at you. And it looks so real in real life. It's so amazing. And because of this right here, this is
Absolutely.
my favorite video.
So if you can do this ride, do this ride. It's not like a roller coaster. It's just a crazy bad experience. Can't even put this into perspective at how immersive and how incredible that was for not being a roller coaster. It makes the Indiana Jones ride seem like.
And that's my top favorite videos myself. Hopefully I've switched back the camera back to just the MacBook Pro. I'm so pissed I spent all this money to buy all this nice gear to have this nice camera set up, HDMI, everything, and every single time I use it, as soon as I share a video, I get lag. And as soon as I stop sharing a video, the lag goes away. That is my top 10. Let's see what else we get to talk about. I'll give you a quick overview. I'm hoping to get some guests on this. We're going to be interviewing people over 2021 about YouTube, why they do it, how they've got to the point that they've got. It's going to be sort of an informational to be able to help you guys, as well as shooting the shit. It's a lot easier to shoot the shit with somebody about the new drones, new GoPros coming out, and all that kind of stuff, than me sitting here and just talking to a blank camera. Now, when you guys ask questions, it's great. It helps a ton. But I do want to also be giving away things in the live shows starting on the next one. Like the next one, I will be announcing the winner of the Insta360 One X. So if you are entered to win that, make sure that you are here. I've been working on this interview thing with people that'll probably be next month before I start doing that. I might have somebody jump in on the next one. I am not sure. Worst case scenario, I'm going to try to start that part of it in February. I've already scheduled a bunch of stuff out. I've been working on merch. I've got all kinds of fun stuff that I want to start sharing. And by merch, I'm looking at, all kinds of stuff, right? Not just drone related stuff, not just snowboarding related stuff, but everything, right? So like here is something that's coming as a sticker soon. And it has nothing to do with drones, and it has nothing to do with snowboarding. But there you go. So I'm going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff. I actually am working on, and some of you might like this, the drone guys are going to like this, some artwork. Anybody familiar with Ratfink? Are you familiar with Ratfink? The old Ed Roth style drawings? Imagine like a drone that's all Ratfinked out like a hot rod, and an alien is in it with his stick shift as a sticker or a t-shirt. I'm working on it. Okay. So just bear with me. That kind of stuff's going to be happening. Let's see, what else can we put in here? Obviously, I have some new stuff coming for the shop right there. See if, well, no, I got to share it again. Dang it, I should just switch. That's sort of a pain in the butt. Right there, switch, there it is. So we've got that kind of stuff coming. Those are coming in stickers. I've got t-shirts coming for the shop. And then if people like some of this stuff and people want certain things for here too for the channel, then this will all be available for that. And I'm going to be coming up with new stuff also. Like I said, some of it will be drone related, some of it will be snowboarding related, and some of it will be just my tattoo studio, right? Bubblegum sucked. Nice. Bill remembers. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Ratfink. Yep. Ratfink was awesome. I loved Ed Ross' old art, man. He's probably a part of the influence on some of the stuff I draw, to be honest. Like here's a great example. You'll like this, Bill, if you're a Ratfink fan. This is a sticker I already have in possession, and I'm actually opening an Etsy store to start selling these soon, and then I'll be adding more stickers to it. But yeah, there you go. That's for my shop. But yeah, totally Ed Roth sort of inspired right there, right? If you can't see the Ratfink in that, I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is not vector art. This is definitely drawn on the iPad, but it is definitely not. It's a raster-based drawing, which is the opposite of vector-based. Vector is like raster is like Photoshop, which is the same as drawing on the iPad. In this particular app, at least, there's probably some vector style stuff, but this is not it. But for the way they print this kind of stuff, it works completely. So do I have Corona? No, that is a nasty beer. I don't drink it at all. Blech, blah, yuck. I don't like the Corona beer. But that is funny, though. I appreciate that. Glad you like the drawing. Like I said, there's a lot of changes. It's just going to be slow going, the guys. The problem is that it's just me running my studio and trying to run this YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel has become, like, it's changed lately. Like, it's just recently changed. I'm trying to build it more as a community, but videos I've been doing for some reason are spurring old videos to give me money. Dude, please come suck my cock and maybe I'll consider it. Right? Just maybe. You'd have to be really good, though. Oh my God. This guy. Good job. Okay, but I love that. That gives us something to talk about. Let's all talk to that guy. Let's all have fun with that, right? Rick, hello. Nice to see you in here. Ron, I used to drink Corona a lot, actually, but over the time, it's become not as good to me, right? I went to Dos Equis for a while after that, and then after that, I don't know. I don't drink much anymore, bro. I rarely buy alcohol. Very rarely. Now, if I'm out with some friends, like at a bar or something, which nobody is anymore, but if I was, then yeah, I'd still drink a little bit here and there. Look, Marcus has joined us. Could you design a new logo to put on my t-shirts? I'll pay you and give you some of the profits I make from selling the shirts. PGH bottom feeders. I'd like to say yes. I mean, technically I could, but I'm incredibly busy. So I don't know if I have the time, even if I was paid. Like, I'd have to like charge so much to make it, to take away time from my studio and other things, that it really wouldn't be fair to you. Hopefully that makes sense. Do I like Mr. Beast? I don't know him very well. I've met him once. He seems like a very nice guy. I do like what he does for people. I like that he helps people. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, Ron, I drink less than I used to, and I feel like I'm drinking less and less and less as I get older and older. Like I just don't have the draw to it anymore. Blue Moon. Okay, Ron, I will have a Blue Moon with you anytime. I like that, and I like Shock Top. I think I actually like Shock Top slightly more than Blue Moon. But yeah. Maybe give away a Yeti today? Yeah. You know what? We could do that. How would we do that? Let's see. Hold on. Yes, right here, a Yeti sticker. Fuck it. Let's do a giveaway on the first live show of 2021. Now, how do we choose, right? I'm new to this. I know some of you guys do Ken Heron's show, right? He does giveaways, doesn't he? So tell me, how does he do the giveaways, right? Like, if everyone's just randomly posting, does he make someone write something in the comments and then he randomly picks? I have no clue how we're going to do that. I think you're going to have to be in the States for this one, so I can just slip this in an envelope and then mail it to you. That would probably be the easiest way. So Ken does a pick a number thing. Okay, I'm going to hold on to this. You guys, we got, 25 of us in here? So I pick a number in my head is what you're saying, Bob? Is that what you're thinking? Maybe write it down on a piece of paper? He names a song played. Okay, I don't have anything set up like that. What about that? That's actually, Bob, that's a good idea. Hold on a minute. I'm going to keep putting these headphones in. I don't have to guess. It's not like I'm getting echo. Okay, there's 25 of us in here. I got a piece of paper. And I'm going to write a number down on the piece of paper, and then you guys guess, and then I'll hold the paper up. That way you see that it's legit. Hold on, PJ Bottom Feeder has a question. I have one more question. I have a new DJI Mini 2. I need tips for cinematic drone shots for my fishing channel. Stay tuned to the channel, PGH, because I am working on a video to help with that very thing, actually. But I'll try to answer some tonight because it could be like a week or two before I get it up. So you want to really work on slowing down your yaw in your settings, even in sports mode. Just slow them way down. Oh, got to itch these damn earpods. Or not earpods, but earbuds. So you want to go through and slow your yaw down and slow your gimbal down. Those two things alone will help you dramatically with getting a more cinematic shot. If you want to slow your video down a little bit more, if you're a little jerky flyer, film at a higher frame rate, because then you can slow it down. 60 frame rate, you can 60 FPS, you can slow down half speed, so then it plays on a 30 frame per second time clip. That way it seems smoother than it actually was. Now, I'm going to go over all that in a video, so hopefully that makes a little bit of sense and gets you a start. It's just hard to really show you when there's nothing around here. We'll see. We have 23, 24 watching. Let's say between number 1 and 20. Don't guess yet. Let me write a number down. Okay. And now if more than one person guesses this, then we'll do another one between those people. But go ahead. Between 1 and 20, guess a number, and I'll show you the number. And actually, I'll write it on this. And oh, we got a winner already. Holy crap. Well, Chris, you nailed it. Wow. So, yeah, you're getting a sticker. Wait, who was the first one? I see two. Wait, we got two people that said 17. Michael Wright. All right, I'll send two stickers. I've got 2 of these stickers, so I'll send you both stickers. All right, guys? So if you can, just email me your mailing address. I'll throw a stamp on an envelope, and that was fun. That's pretty cool. That was a pretty easy way to do that. Maybe that's what we'll do with the other contests. There's got to be a better way, though. So if you guys can help me work that, I know a lot of you have more time to go onto these other shows than I do. But, yeah, that was fun. I like the writing down the number and then pulling it out after everyone guesses. And then, like I said, there was 2. I do have multiple stickers, so sending out another sticker. Michael and Chris, I have no problem with that. But, wow, that's pretty cool. I can't believe somebody guessed it that quick. That was pretty quick. So yeah, that's okay. No reason to keep guessing, guys. It's done. But yeah, Michael and Chris, shoot me an email, SeanOz@yahoo.com with your mailing address, and I will stick some stickers in an envelope and get them out your way. It's just past 9. I know we didn't talk a whole lot about drones. If you guys want to talk a little about drones before we call it a night, let me know. We can talk. I do have some pictures, actually. Hold on a second. I'm sure most of you have seen these already, but I am pretty interested in this guy. And I'm curious how many of you are planning on getting this. I'm sure you know what I'm about to talk about. How many of you are going to get that? Bob, those stickers are going to be in my Etsy store soon. Don't worry. I'm going to have those up hopefully before the end of this month, as well as a whole bunch of more stickers. I just ordered 500 more of those stickers, Bob. So I'm not running out anytime soon. And I've got little tiny ones too. I got little tiny ones and then the bigger 3 or 4 inch ones, whatever they are. Yeah, so I'm very interested in this. As you can see, there's pads on the top here, right? So there's pads over the props. If you notice on the arm, it almost looks like there's a hinge. I don't know if anyone's talked about that. So I'm wondering if this is actually going to be a folding drone, right? Are these arms going to fold up? That is something it looks like it could possibly do to me. I'm also wondering if this clear cover, is that going to come off? Because if that's the front of the drone, which I do think it probably is because of these legs that look like they have lights, I would imagine that that's the front. Could be wrong. I do find it interesting it comes with lights, but I mean, all the other DJI drones sort of do. FPV drones typically don't, unless you put them in there yourself. But shooting through a clear plastic, I'm wondering if that's some kind of gimbal cover or gimbal lock, just like their other drones. And I've heard it does like close to 80 plus 90 miles per hour is the leaked rumors, right? It does. I mean, that guy in the background, you can't judge the size so much because he's so far back there, right? So anything you take a picture of like that, if you put the camera here, down here, close to something and you take it up, then things look bigger when it's close up. Little hint when you're sending pictures to your ladies there. Keep that in mind. I appreciate that, Mike. Drone Ranger. Yeah, smash the like if you guys want to, or smash the dislike. Doesn't matter to me. Either which way. I appreciate it. It's a little vent in the middle, it looks like there. I'm wondering what these red things are on the arms, as well as, wait a minute. Nah, could it be? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can make this bigger. What is that? Does that look like it could possibly be a sensor of some kind right there? Let's see. But look at those arms. Okay. Seriously. Look at those arms right there. Can you guys see that? That looks like it's on a hinge of some sort. I am not, like, even on this side, look at that. I don't think that's just for ease of replacement. I would not be surprised if that's on some kind of rotating hinge. And yeah, I'm probably going to get one. Like, I'm probably going to get one because I've been waiting for a while to really dive more into the this and the FPV world. And I think that Flyzone says that, so I guess somebody has confirmed that they do fold. So look at that. Let me figure it out. I'm gonna take the win on that one and pretend like I was right. Okay, Rick asked, can you talk about the Mini 2 downloaded problems with your Android phone? Huge problems I experienced. Okay, so guys, this is something I am working on a video right now. Actually, I didn't have time to finish it today. I got to film more hopefully tomorrow. Now we got some people saying they fold, some people saying they do not fold. Now, I don't know. I guess that would be a pain in the ass if they folded and they're modular, because then they would expect they'd have to have some kind of easy hinge that the average Joe could put back on, and a folding one would be more complicated to reinstall. So I could see the fact that that could just be for replacing it easier. So yeah, I don't know. So it's one of the two. What's the name? What's the name? I missed what you're asking about PGH. And I also feel like I was on another question here that oh yeah. So Rick asked about the Mini 2 problems. Now the only problem I had, Rick, is that the Fly app update is not available in the Google Store right now. So I could not actually update my Fly app without going to a website that DJI has. And you could then use your scanner on your phone to scan a QR code, which would then open up a way to download the app to your phone, the new app, bypassing the regular way, asking for permissions and other things like that. And then you finally get it open. So I did work around it that way by following the QR code that DJI provided. The name of the new, oh, I don't know what they're going to call it, man. That's I have not heard any kind of name leaks yet, actually. Has anyone in the chat heard any name leaks? I haven't seen anybody even talking about name leaks, because they name all their drones, right? So what do you guys think they're going to call this? Do you think it's going to be as simple as DJI FPV? Do you think they're going to come up with some name like DJI Quicksilver? You know, I mean, what are they going to do? DJI Eaglehawk? I don't know. You know, what do you think? And I'm really hoping, and I think Bear Bull, I would assume that thing over the camera comes off, because it's just like when you put a plastic lens protector over a 360 camera lens to protect it, similar to that, it looks like crap. I take chances with my lens all the time, because I'd rather the picture look good and I have to fix the lens than have some weird reflection and bubbly thing because of the plastics. So I would be shocked if that plastic stayed on there. Although, when we make it bigger, I mean, those do look like, well, that could actually just be bolts that hold this vent on. That plastic could easily just pop in. It's hard to say, man. Like, I mean, this looks like on the right here, that looks like part of the gimbal, that silver piece on here. It's supposed to be a 2-axis gimbal. Personally, I think they were stupid not to just use digital stabilization on this, because if you've ever seen someone fly with like a GoPro Max in hero mode with horizon lock on, well, you don't want the horizon lock on. That's the problem. So in FPV, you want the horizon to move with you. So if you put the horizon lock on, the horizon stays. So that's the problem. Yep. See, I'm pretty sure that's just a gimbal cover. Now here's some. Let's go ahead and open this one too. Now I've waited for a while. Everybody's been trying to talk me into buying more and more FPV stuff, and I've waited. I've been playing around with the Tiny Hawk and the Tiny Hawk Freestyle. And this is the stuff you guys wanted me to talk about, right? Nobody wanted me to share my top 10 videos. This is the stuff everybody was more interested in. Look at the conversation. It's so much more now. They call it the Sean Oz special. Come on, Marcus. The special ed, right? Let's see. Where is it? Where's it? Okay, so we're looking at the obviously this is, as you can see there, it says display demo, but I don't even know if that's like photoshopped on there or not. It sort of looks a little weird to me. So you got a C1 button. My assumption, there's your power button and something in the middle. I can't tell if that's just for a lanyard. It sort of looks like it could be a lanyard. You got your power lights to see what your charge is. Looks like you got screw in and screw off sticks, just like their other drones. And a similar thing to mount a phone, possibly? So you can fly from a phone without the goggles? Anybody read anything about that yet? Let's see. Damn, that's so blurry. It's hard to read what that says. Maybe if I make it a little... Can anybody read that crap? Let me blow that up. Anybody in the chat? Obviously, that's a cable. This one here in the middle looks like a head harness, but I doubt that's the case. Maximum... Yeah, it's too blurry for me. I can't read it. All right. Let's see what we got going in the chat. See if anybody knows. I do not know, Michael, what the name on the FCC filing was, but I mean, they don't always have the final name on those, do they? The Swift. Giovanni says the Swift. Okay, talking about the gimbal cover. There are rumors that the state of new DJI FPV. I'm not sure what you're saying, PGH, about the state of the rumors of the new DJI drone. You got it, but it took over 2 hours to down. Oh wow, no, Rick, my total update took literally about 15 minutes tops, and that's updating the Fly app and updating the drone itself. So yeah, mine did not take that long. It was a royal pain in the butt having to go through and approve all the, well, I guess it wasn't that big of a pain in the butt. You just unlock your phone so it can accept the download. But so far, it does work. There is one thing that I am not happy about on the new update for the Mini 2, at least, is if you remember before, here, I'll take this off. We've all looked at this now. If you recall, when you're flying the Mini 2 and the controller and your phone's here, right? In the center of the screen, it shows you where the drone is in relation to what angle you're pointed at. Now, it still does this in the new one, sort of this little compass location finder kind of thing down at the top left, or bottom left, I'm sorry. But if you want to see the map, it hides that. It doesn't automatically go back to the center. So I used to fly a lot looking at the map and that at the same time. I really enjoyed those two views being like displayed at the exact same time. You don't get that anymore. Now it's one or the other. And that to me sort of sucks. Okay, goggle strap. Can't read it. No, I couldn't read it either. Goggle straps. Saying antenna on the controller. Yeah, I know that's the antenna, but I've heard rumors that your phone can fit in there. I don't know if that's true or not. I wish DJI would hook me up with a new drone to unbox and review. I feel like I'd make a fun video, and if they gave it to me early, I could guarantee them I'd probably get some hits on it. But the problem is we buy these drones and we do this stuff ourselves. Now I want to make videos because I like making videos, right? It's fun, and especially ones that help other people. Those are great, especially if I can make a fun one that still helps other people. The problem is when we all rush to buy these things, DJI's already passed out tons of these to other people. So whenever the day comes that they really announce it, the market's already gonna be flooded. It's gonna be video after video after video. Most of these people got it for free, so they're gonna all say that it's pretty awesome. They might say one or two things about it that aren't awesome, but the majority are gonna just say it's great. Same thing happens with certain camera companies. I'm not gonna mention names, but I know of a camera company sends out a lot of free cameras, and you'll see a lot of people saying nothing but glowing reviews about it. Like, well, the 1R. We'll just say the 1R. The 1R is a good camera, but whenever it came out, and even still lately, you see nothing but people saying glowing reviews. Some of the same drone channels we all watch. They got some recently, given to them by Insta. And all they do is glowing reviews because they were free, and they're hoping that Insta will continue to give them stuff. Now, Insta has given me those same cameras. The Insta360-1X, I loved it. It got me in a 360. Insta360-1R, didn't like it nearly as much. Not that it's a bad camera, but from my usage, it just wasn't as good as the camera I had bought right before it, which was the GoPro Max. Now the Insta360 X2, it's a competitor, right? Now to me, and I'll explain this in another video, it's a great video. I mean, it's a great camera. It really is. I like it much more than the 1R. The only thing I think the 1R is any good for at all is if you need that 1-inch mod, right? Personally, I'm not a fan of how small the screen is on these modular pieces, and living in the snow, if you fall and they get in the snow, it's no good. But my point is that you got to be careful with these reviews you watch, because a lot of people just want to keep getting the next product because they're getting not necessarily paid to do these. They're getting the free products, great, but they're starting to make a living on YouTube, or maybe they already do. So they need to keep these relationships great. And I like Insta360. I think we have a decent relationship. Like, I've asked them to send me that Insta360 drone that disappears, the FPV drone, that I would love to do. But they see my channel for some reason as a snowboarding channel, like specific, and I do all that stuff, which is great. You can really test these action cameras doing that, but it makes it really hard for me to get them to send me drone stuff, which is, I try to tell them I got more people that watch my shit for drones than I do anything else. So I figured that that would probably get some views, and it would give me an FPV drone to fly around, which would be great. Let's see. Anyways, what is going on? So just my point. End point. Pay attention. Some people embellish how good something is. So when this comes out, hopefully you'll see some of us who buy it with our own money, and we'll let you know if it's any good or not. Trying to get rid of the Phantom 4 to get the Mini 2. Now that's a question I got for you. Let me know. Tell me why. Why do you think you want to? Is it the size and portability of it? Is that the reason? Hey, Sunrise Water Media, how's the audio? Does it sound like crap compared to when I was using this mic? I know it's synced, and the video is not nearly as good now. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do to fix all this. But, the Mini 2 is, like I said, I've been very impressed with it. These videos that I've been putting out on it, I'm actually impressed with the little thing. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do, but I do like it quite a bit. So I think you'll be happy. You're gonna lose a lot of the cool stuff the Phantom 4 can do. So it's kind of crappy audio and clicking. Great. I just can't win. I just can't. I'm using StreamYard. I am, and I had a really cool mic, and I have spent all this money to get all this cool gear, which I'll switch to and show you so you can just see it. But watch this. What's going to happen is within seconds, I'm going to completely be out of sync again. And I have tried over and over to get it to stay in sync, and it just doesn't. Okay, sorry. I was reading Rick here. Rick said, you watch Sean YouTubers like you that mentioned the problems for the Oh, okay. I think I see what you're saying. The problem, Rick, is that nobody's mentioning that. It's not a huge problem. It's just, to me, it just doesn't make sense that they moved the little compass, made it more detailed, which is great. It's better. But it's in the same spot as the map. Now, to be able to see the map and that at the same time, you can't. You can't. You got to click one or the other. You'd think that would have been something that, the other thing was so grayed out and small in the middle. I would almost rather they just left that there, right? Even if you were using the other thing, like what would it hurt to have that there constantly, even if they did this new update? You're having the same problem with audio sync. Are you using an ATM Mini also? Because I'm using the ATM Mini. I've got the HDMI coming out of my Canon, feeds in the ATM Mini. I've got a USB-C cable coming out of that into my computer. I've got the audio in this mic going into the ATM Mini on the same channel as the video, and it's on, and I've gone through the settings to, there's no mic touching my necklace. Now, on the video there was, but not right now, just so you know, Eat More Possum. Yeah, Bob, it's the craziest thing that they put these new features in that are great, and it is a better feature. It's more like the Go4 app. If any of you guys have ever used the Go4 app, there's a similar thing on that. But, didn't they think, hey, maybe somebody's using the map and actually looking at the relation to their controller to the drone? Because you can be like, oh, the drone's, let me point the controller this way, I'll get a better signal, right? But if you're using your map here and you can't see that new little feature because of that, now you're not able to tell where the relation is to your, to some degree you are, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. Using Exam and Pile USB mic. I don't know why it's doing this. Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out.
I'm going to keep trying. I think my internet signal is not fast enough. So I think when I get on this and like the kids jump on Netflix or something like that, I lose everything and it just starts going wacko. Would I hack my Mini 2 to go faster? Probably not. I mean, going faster, like in sports mode, like I'm not trying to make it an FPV drone. I don't see any need for it. Typically, I'm flying in ways that I'm trying to do smooth flying, not so much fast flying, if that makes any sense. So probably not. Ecamm. Okay, yeah, I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that. So if I record locally, I actually will just plug the mic here, Chris, into the camera. Or honestly, what I do when I record, and that's why you'll hear the click sometimes on some of my videos, is I'll put a lapel mic here and it hit my chain, because I don't think I should actually probably put it down here. And then I'll just sync the lapel mic audio that's being recorded into a Tascam, sync it with my EOS Canon T7i in post-production. And that's why in the videos sometimes you'll see good audio, and then other videos you'll see good audio with a click, and other videos you'll see I forgot to put it in autofocus. Like when I do this, I do manual focus, because if it's in autofocus, you can see that, right? Looks good, but I can't get that to go away in the settings unless I turn it into manual focus. And the problem is then I'll forget that it's in manual focus, film a video, and then be like, oh, crap. So that's what's happened in a couple of these videos lately. Yeah, 44 miles per hour for the Air 2. That's pretty good. Now that I can understand, getting rid of your Spark to get a Mini 2. I don't know what a Spark sells for nowadays, but you could probably get a little bit of money for that and put it towards a Mini 2 for sure. Hey guys, it's about 9:30. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Michael and Chris, make sure you email me your address and I'll put some stickers in the mail for you since you guys won. I might actually do the sticker thing every damn show. That might be sort of cool to like different stickers. You know, I'll have new ones coming up all the time. Like here's a shop logo sticker. I'm getting some with mountains. I've got a very small amount of these drone skull stickers. Let me see if you guys can, let me focus this. There you go. Not many of you know, or maybe you do, I don't know. But the skull is actually a drone. Notice the props and the arms coming out? Can you guess? You probably can tell, but those are actually taken and drawn off of a real Mavic Pro. And then, of course, you got the solar system, atom, outer space thing behind it. So if you guys like these, I was debating if I'm going to get more of these made or not. And I really like the idea of doing a free sticker giveaway in every live show. I think that's brilliant. It's a Stickeroo's toolbox. Like I said, every single show will give away at least one sticker, right? So that's what we'll do, and there'll be better prizes to come as well. So hopefully by giving some stickers away and things like that, we'll see this build up. I'll get some other people to join the channel here for the chat, so it won't be just me being so boring, and hopefully you guys weren't bored to death. I appreciate that, everybody. Bob, he says he got a shirt with that on it from Spin Up. That's awesome. I love seeing everybody wearing those, you know, and sending pictures of those. That's something I want to do in more of my videos. If you get the stickers and you put it on something, I want to see more people sending me those on Instagram, Twitter. You know, my username is Sean Oz, SeanOzz on both of those. And if you get stickers, shirts, and you tag me in videos upcoming, I want to start including that in future videos. So we went through a lot of information tonight. Hopefully those of you that entered the contest, those hints helped you if you were having problems figuring out how the whole hashtag thing worked. If you came late, you missed out. Those hints were for the people that got here on time. So the rest of you, go watch the videos again if you want to win that Insta361X. And on the next live stream, not next Monday, but the one after, I'll announce the winner for the Insta361X camera, my own personal one. and I'll send it to you. Now, if you're in the States, awesome. I'll cover shipping. If you're not, you got to cover shipping. So we'll see. I appreciate it. I hope everybody had a great New Year's. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. Don't want to leave anyone out. We all celebrate different things, and that's totally cool, but I'm not the guy that says happy holidays. I say Merry Christmas because that's what I celebrate. You celebrate you do you. I just hope you had a good one with whatever it is you did. I appreciate everybody. We're going to wrap this up, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Later. Did this even end? Am I over? Is it over? No.